For the first time in our lives, we can actually hear a direwolf roar. Their names are Romulus, Remus and Khaleesi, and they are the first direwolves to walk the earth in over 10,000 years. Thanks to Colossal Biosciences, a biotech company aiming to bring back some long-lost wonderful creatures to this earth. The de-extinction of the fabled wolves from the Game of Thrones has taken the internet by storm. Some are excited, others are skeptic about the scientific validity of the claim. But Colossal is not stopping at direwolves. Their next project is even bigger. Literally, the woolly mammoth is an extinct species of mammoth that lived from the Middle Pleistocene until its extinction in the Holocene epoch. The appearance and behavior of the woolly mammoth are among the best studied of any prehistoric animal. Because of the discovery of frozen carcasses in Siberia and North America, as well as skeletons, teeth, stomach contents, dung, and depiction from life in prehistoric cave paintings. Colossal says it will reincarnate the ancient hairy beast in the year 2028 and reintroduce it to its ancient ecosystem. It is absolutely fine if all this starts to sound eerily familiar. We literally grew up watching a whole series of movies which told us genetic engineering as a tool to bring back ancient creatures is a terrible idea. Everyone watched it, well, maybe except the scientists at Colossal Biotech. But isn't this a great advancement for science? I mean, look at what we have done to our beautiful planet. Pollution, deforestation, plastics in the ocean, global warming. A single species with their rapidly growing unsustainable lifestyle has put the entire ecosystem in danger. The Chinese paddlefish was formerly native to the Yangtze and Yellow River basins in China. The species faced significant difficulties from pollution and overhunting. Multiple dam constructions along the Yangtze River completely changed the behavior of the river flow. The paddlefish could not survive and went extinct in 2020. The Pinta giant tortoise was a subspecies of Galapagos tortoise native to Ecuador's Pinta Island. During the 1800s, whalers removed large numbers of Pinta tortoises as a food source on their long journeys. The tortoise went formally extinct in 2012 when its last representative, named Lonesome George, died. The slender-billed curlew was a species of curlew birds native to Eurasia and North America. In the last century, the loss of habitat and incessant hunting put the species at risk. The last confirmed sighting of this bird was back in 1995. Many believe that we have lost them forever. So, isn't de-extinction and genetic engineering in a way atoning for our sins? In the next decade, Colossal wants to bring back the woolly mammoth, the dodo, and the Tasmanian tiger. But if so, why are so many people unhappy with what Colossal is doing? Why are reputed scientists of the field debunking the claim of a resurrected direwolf species and calling it a big hoax? In order to understand, let's catch up with some details of this de-extinction process. Two reference samples were used for this project. One, a 13,000-year-old tooth found in Sheridan Pit, Ohio. The other, a 72,000-year-old ear bone unearthed in the American Falls, Idaho. Next, you need to find a mother, someone to actually raise the direwolves inside her. What species did Colossal choose? A modern grey wolf. The cell samples they used from these grey wolves are known as endothelial progenitor cells, which form the lining of the blood vessels. The scientists then rewrote the 14 key genes in the cell's nucleus to match those of the direwolf. This edited nucleus was then transferred into a denucleated ovum. The results: snow white coat, larger size, more powerful shoulders, wider head, larger teeth and jaws, more muscular legs, and characteristic vocalization. Here's where the problem starts. A wolf has about 19,000 genes. Colossal claims it took only 14 altered genes to go from a grey wolf to a direwolf. Really? All other genes were absolutely identical? Did you see the catch here? Let me repeat. No ancient direwolf DNA was actually put into the grey wolf mother. The direwolf samples taken from the museums are thousands of years old, and while they can be studied, they are in no shape or form to be used for actual cloning. They are just grey wolves, just genetically modified to be white and bigger. The narrative falls flat massively because of a very recent understanding of the ancestry of these creatures. You see, scientists are now convinced that the direwolves were not really wolves at all. The closest lineage perhaps an African wild dog. But then why the hell they chose a grey wolf as a mother? To create the sensation and to feed off the popularity of a widely acclaimed TV series. That is probably the reality check. Instead of spending millions of dollars in creating genetically modified hybrids, if we could spend it to ensure the preservation of the wildlife, we would be doing a much better job.